Well, hi, and thanks for joining me here in my shop this morning. I'm going to be taking a look at this Morse Writer keyboard. I did a video on this quite a few years ago. I don't think I did much of an investigation into this guy at that time. So, I know almost nothing about this. The last time I played around with it, again, 5-10 years ago, it did seem to work, at least in that it could produce Morse code by typing on the keyboard. But it has lots of controls up here, lots of switches and things like that. So I'm going to explore this a lot more today, and can't say I'm really going to put this thing to use on my ham radio stuff, but you never know. You never know. I'm not very good with Morse code. So let's look at this thing over a little closer here, and we'll just see what we can see on it. Okay. Standard QWERTY keyboard. Brand name, Morse Writer. These are letters that have been stuck on here by somebody. Let me see anywhere where it has the make of this, or is this an entirely homebrew thing? I can't really imagine that this is entirely homebrew. Getting a keyboard like this is no small deal to start with. I'm sure this is a kit. It does look like a Heath kit based on the color here, but I couldn't find any information on this. I hunted around the internet. I couldn't find a thing. It sure looks like a kit, no doubt about it. For instance, what I can see here, this hole where this control is has been installed, there's a small hole right here to catch the stopper tang to keep the control from rotating loose. So, that's there because somebody was knowledgeable enough to drill that hole and put that there. But I'm pretty sure this has to be a kit. Let's see. Send, load, end, memory A, memory B, reset, start, repeat, on, off. No, this just says on, off, repeat or normal, speaker or phones, speed, volume. So I'm going to guess in here is a couple of memory chips into which you can load probably your CQ call, something like that. And you can load two of them. You got a memory A and a memory B. So you probably load two different calls. Send and load. So I'm guessing when it's in load mode, you are loading into the memory, and when you want to transmit, you probably push that like that. I'm going to take a wild guess. Typing will send the typing, or you can unload the memory and start, reset, on, off. So what would be turned on and off here? Repeat, norm. These two are identical, so all three of these are identical kind of switches. This one's actually a touch different. All this, I'm going to guess, has to do with the digital storage in here. This looks like it's from about 1976, 77, I would guess, around there. It's going to have some pretty interesting discrete digital technology in here, chips and that. So, but I'm just guessing at how these things work. Before we open it up, why don't we just give it a shot and see what it does. I think there's a key or transmitter audio, so why don't we just plug in here something and see what happens to the something. Let's try that. You know what I could do? I can just plug some headphones in there. Why don't we just do that? And with any luck, we'll hear enough from the headphones here to get us Well, it'll tell us, that's a stereo, it'll tell us if this is working at all. So, ooh, what was that sound? Okay, well, I don't know how strange that sounded to you, but boy, that was a weird sound. I have no idea what that was. Okay. It's a weird sound. It almost sounded like it came out of a speaker, but I don't think that's possible. Headphones, we'll plug them in here. Okay, volume, on, off, speaker, phones. What phones? Phones, what phones? Audio, out, speaker and phones. Unless maybe there's a speaker built in here somewhere. Let's start with it on speaker. Low, put on send. My guessing of how this works. Okie dokie. We'll power it up here. So it has a couple of what would these be for? Two digital displays here. Two numbers. Well, nothing's happened so far. Let's see. Turn it up. Hit a key. Okay, I'm gonna guess if there was any sound we'd hear it even though my headphones are sitting here, because it's pretty quiet in my shop here. Okay, let's switch it on. Slow, fast, button stuck down, load, volume, reset, start, anybody, anything, what was that? Okay, so far the Morse code message has been the letter E. Over and over and over and over. E, E, E. Is the E button stuck? Any button stuck? This one's bent a bit. Well, that didn't go so well. What could be up here? Other than it just doesn't work, which is probably the case. It's still running. I just turned the speaker off here this way. Oh. What happened? Did I turn this off? No. Hey, how do you like that? Okay, so I don't know exactly what happened here, that it's working now, but that was an H. That's right. That's a J. Hey, da. B. C. Da dit. C. D. Da is D is da dit. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. 2 dits. Da dit. E is 1. F. G. They're all in here. I can't believe it. G. H. I. J. K. Z. Da dit. Numbers? That's right. This button's sticking a bit here. Da dit. So that's one above 5. That's 6. I don't know the punctuation marks, but they're all in here. Here's something that says here is. Here is written right on the keyboard. So this is no generic keyboard. Here is, as it has to be a ham radio thing. Are there any others like that? Line feed. Line feed. Line feed. There's no Morse code for line feed. Line feed. Why would there be a line feed on this keyboard? Okay, let's see if we can make the memory work on this thing. So I have this switched on over here. What is that? Why my computer just went do-do-do. So something not quite right, but when you strike one key, it seems to establish more normal operation after that. So we'll try loading a memory. We'll load memory A. CQDX. Okay, we loaded that. Flip it to send. Uh-oh. Okay, not sure what that was. Start. I think it was trying there. Start. End. Reset. Memory A, memory B, memory A. So, not 100% working here. I'm amazed it's working this much though. This is really kind of surprising. So how else could this work? Start, end, reset. Reset sounds to me like an erase. So we're in memory A, send. Let me put on load, reset, send, go. So I heard CQ in there, or CQDX that I typed in. It seemed to do something and then do the stuff I typed in. Can I start that again? Can we just... Not really. We push a reset. Push start. I don't know what that was, but well, memory B. Load memory B with let's try HO. HO. Oh. Okay, we've loaded HO into there. Maybe I'm supposed to push end at this point. Push send. Start. Start. Reset. Start. Even during all that stuff I can maybe you go you know, there could be like a transmit buffer. Maybe you have to load memory A, send memory A. Yeah, there's something left in the memory from the last time I fooled with this thing. So so we try that with B. So we say load memory B, reset, HO. That's dit. Oh, that's too many dits. Dit. Da. HO. So I think we loaded it. We go send. It's quiet this time. Send it. I don't think that was HO. Okay, repeat and norm. Repeat. Off. Start. And so off seems to stop this. Da da da. So it's doing da 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 when I first turned it on. Maybe that's a feature. It's supposed to just tell you that it's on, give you a chance to set volumes. You push a key, it stops. Let's look inside this guy. I'm amazed it's worked this well this far. I really am. Got some really rusty small screws, a couple of bigger ones here. You have these large corner ones. These are for sure the ones that have to come out. I don't know where I got this. I can't remember now. I've had it for a long time. Dragged it out once or twice, just like this, to kind of mess around with it, but I've never really explored it. At least I don't remember ever really exploring it. This has to be an example of early digital electronics. Of course, ham radio guys were fiddling around right off the bat with digital stuff. I mean, have you ever thought about it? Morse code is essentially a digital type of transmission. And but the actual digital technology, and of course, ham radio guys are electronics guys, and they went to town on this. Okay, let's see now what's coming off here. Yeah, this isn't going to work right. That's the bottom that's coming off, not the top. But I mean, got things bolted to the bottom. Well, maybe it's a flip over. Maybe you take the top off. It's really loose here, and then just flip it over. Yes, it's a flip over. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of stuff in here. Hey, it's really clean too. Wow. Okay. Man. You know what? My memory of looking in here, well, I don't have a memory. I have no memory of looking inside this. Maybe I never have actually looked inside it. So we've got some kind of board up here, and then we got these two boards here, and then we have certainly the power supply in here. Cool. So this transistor is completely cool. This guy's just got a little bit of heat on. Nothing of any significance. So whoever made it tucked a little tiny piece of insulation there to catch the lead wire from touching the case of this capacitor. What other little interesting things can I find here? Well, there's something really interesting. I need to get the close-up camera on here. Let's get the close-up camera going. Just 1 second, I have to turn on my own big screen TV here. There we go. We'll just start right at the front and just look down this stuff here. So JO2 written on there. Can't see that with my eyes. You wouldn't know there's anything written there with my eyes. I guess it's a light reflection angle thing. Is there something written on this one? Not really. Okay, and you just see a lot of wire connections here. Get all those correct for sure. And what do we have? We have this nice little project board. There's his various connections made into it. All the chips are in plug-in modules. Wow, I have two feelings about this. One is I'd like to lift and reset all these, but at the same time I'd like to leave them all alone. Because I'm not sure which way is going to introduce more trouble. Look at this little pack of guys here. Boy, they're pretty friendly. Almost looks like you could plug. You can plug that in there. That's just plugged in. So there's another potential contact problem under here. And that blue capacitor has a little pinhole in the end of it. There's another plugged-in circuit board here. Transistors. Look at that. And they come along here. Oh, plug-in transistor. Oh, why? Why would they do it like this? Well, there's some writing down there. 901, 2901. And we got another one of these plug-in little circuit boards. Very clever. Must be a mass of wiring underneath this the perforated board here. You can see some of the blue wires skimming along underneath. It must just be a mass under there. Scary indeed. Archer. Okay, so Archer, isn't that Radio Shack? Isn't it? Okay, look, there's a number 1 written there, and then down here is the number 22. Looks like there's a fair bit of corrosion inside there. The green everywhere. These are solder tube pins, I believe. You'd be soldering to these. Look, there's numbers up here too. 6. Oh, the chips themselves are numbered. What over here? Oh, the rows are numbered. I don't know. What kind of chip is it anyway? I have to look these up. Is it the same thing over and over? 2102, 2102. No. QQ8030, QQ8028. So they're quite different sets of chips in here. Let's see if these are the same ones over and over. 7820, 7820, 74 something. 4011, 4027. And they're all different. 7625. Well, there's some that are the same. What I'm looking for is a bank of memory chips. That's what I'm looking for. 7483. Well, there doesn't appear to be a bank, but there is definitely some duplication going on in here. So, yeah, some of these are going to be memory chips. I guess there's going to be some shift register in here somewhere. Wow. So that's it. What's going? This is the part I got the camera out for to show you. Let's look up the top part of the deal. I'm going to zoom in on this board, which is tucked in under the keyboard. The interesting thing about it is this. I don't think that's the way it originally was. So these have all been cut away. What is this thing? So what's right above it? You know what's right above it? I'll tell you what's right above it. Those two things. So those two number pads have been cut away. Cut away. Where's the other part of the wire? Where's the rest of the cabling? So what would those numbers be showing? Could they actually be showing the letter? The letter that's being sent? No, I don't think so, because there's two things. There's a number that comes up there. I don't know, maybe it's speed, something of that sort. Just look under here while we have a chance. lots and lots of wires. They all come back into this bundle and then travel. Oh my gosh, they travel into... Ooh, what happened here? Oh boy, that looks like a soldering iron strike. And a bunch of exposed conductors there. But it comes into this, what I think, this has to be the power supply. No, it doesn't. No, they don't come into it. They go under and come out the other side. So here it is. It's going this way. It's going over here. So that's the keyboard. So the keyboard is hooked up to this board here. And then there's many other wires here on these flat cables going to all the switches. Those ones. Let's see, one set is heading over to this other board. And one set is heading to this board. And then there's a flat cable that's going between the two boards. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to figure out too much just looking at this thing. Don't see anything out of the sorts other than all these chips could be, the contact here could be bad. You could just take one pin on one chip, have bad contact. On the other hand, when these things have been sitting in here like this for so long, I think there's a bigger chance of introducing trouble by lifting them and setting them. If I could figure out which one of these chips might be acting up, and what is acting up on this. When you hear clicks coming out of the speaker instead of a tone, I think that's an indication that something is not working right. Coming out of the memory. I could spend some time. Well, that's interesting. So this is empty. This has one part in it. So this probably isn't even soldered in here. Oh, it is soldered in. So what's this? One part? Like, why wouldn't you put this part right through the board? Why put it on here? This doesn't feel like it wants to come out. These are supposed to be soldered in place. So this comes out. Yeah. Hope I'm putting it back in the right spot. Well, my gosh. Would that be true of each of these individual resistors? Hey, they're all yeah, they're all the same size. I wonder if, is there 8 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 of them. So this is probably a something conditioning a signal reaching this chip. Probably is what it is. Patting down a signal or something. Look, it's gold. They're gold. And what are they exactly? Brown, black, orange. 10K. 10K gold. Not sure what else those could be. Anything look like it got replaced. This chip is darker than the rest. Don't think that means anything. What I could do is I could just go around and push them down. But you see, you have to push pretty hard because these will be stuck. After years of sitting here, there'll be a corroded sort of deal going on in there. But I have, especially in my old ham radio, hey, this one doesn't, that's not quite right, is it? These are all pretty loose. I guess it depends how you solder them down underneath. None of these chips appear to have. Yeah, I was going to say I had a ham radio and the chips would lift over time. You'd have to go in and push them down. They would pop back in. It was a digital display I had a lot of trouble with. This kind of technology here, this vintage of technology here. So of course all this stuff that's on all these chips today would be contained in the small corner of one chip, not spread all over the place. That's kind of what makes this interesting. Now, is there any other chipping stuff here? I don't think so. It's all here in these two boards. What can I do about it? What should I do about it? Probably shouldn't do anything about it, really. Because A, I'm not going to start sending Morse code with this. B, the more I fiddle with it, I think we know what kind of risk that involves. I don't have a decoder. I have to do the decoding with my head, and that's kind of the reason I wouldn't be transmitting with this, because my Morse code is really weak. But this might be helpful in practicing Morse code. This might be the use of this. Now there's all kinds of software you can get, stick it in your computer and type away on your keyboard and get exactly the same effect on any computer these days, of course. And you can even turn, instead of typing, you can turn one key into your Morse code tapping key, and you can tap away on your computer. So Morse code alive and well still, and lots of people using Morse code on shortwave, on ham radio. I don't think there's really anything I could do here. I really don't, other than lift and reset all these chips. To what benefit? Well, there's also Morse code decoding software. There's software specific to ham radios and that, and I have that software. I mean, who doesn't? There's all kinds of it. Just listen to the tone coming through the speaker of your ham radio. I'm terrible at imitating Morse code. And up on your computer screen comes the written letters. It's a very simple decoding. There's lots of digital transmissions done by ham radio guys these days. Lots. FT8 is the one that's particularly kind of taken the ham world by storm. And so lots of digital stuff, but none of it coming out of a separate keyboard like this, a specialized keyboard. Let's hear this thing. Let's hear this thing go a little bit. Then I think I'm done. Okay, once again, if it's off, it's off. If it's on, it's on. Send. Oh, I really messed that up. Okay. What did I do to it? I didn't do anything to it. Did I do something to it? Start. Uh-oh. Oh. This has to be plugged in. I'm going to get anywhere without that. There we go. So what happens if you just type away here? I'll do my name. What happened? It didn't get very far. I'll just do my first name. So it has no buffer. It has no buffer. Does that mean you gotta wait for the J to completely finish? Let me pick a better combination. Pick H and O. This is 4 dits, that's 3 dashes. I didn't push that hard enough. Yeah, you give it even a little extra time. So it's got to finish transmitting, and then there's a small period of time you must leave it before you enter the next thing. So then typing my name would look like this. Oops, too fast. Let's try again. in all honesty, if you knew how to work a Morse code key, you would pick that over doing this, for sure. For sure. This is actually quite awkward because of that lack of buffering. Is there a buffer thing and I've turned it off? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. There's no upper lower case in short wave. Shift lock. Maybe that was on all this time. Who knows? Tab. So it's a standard keyboard. Here is. It's times like this where sometimes I just looking in my pocket here for something. I feel like I need a small escape. Things aren't working out. I keep a small escape in my pocket. Yes. Everywhere I go, I have this escape key in my pocket. That's from an old IBM computer, so I can pull it out at any moment and go, escape! Literally, I've had this in my pocket for 20 years. Kind of a personal joke. Well, I think that's it for this. Oh, there's an escape key here. What? Wow, is there really an escape thing? Hey, maybe shift does these upper symbols. Let's try this. 2. Dit dit da da da. No, it's still a 2. Okay. Cool. What to do with this? J. Well, the whole keyboard seems to work properly, so that's kind of cool. That's cool right there, even if all the memory stuff doesn't work all that well. Cool. So there it is, the Morse Writer. For what it's worth, away it goes. Thanks for watching.